What's going on, boxing fans? It's Julian Williams with The Distance. I'm here to give you another fantasy matchup from Paul 8770. This one is Roberto Duran versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. At lightweight. Overall, this is a really good matchup because you're putting together two of the best lightweight champions of all time against each other. Floyd's reign at lightweight, overshadows his reign currently at welterweight due to the fact that at lightweight, Floyd Mayweather took on all competitors and took on everybody that was put in front of him at 135. Even though there are some people that actually didn't want to fight Floyd at 135. One fighter I really wish I would have seen face Floyd at 135 was Acelano Freitas. I wish we would have seen that fight, but it was a fight. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Other than that, Roberto Duran, as I stated in another video, is perhaps one of the best, lightweights of all time, if not the best. There were a lot of great lightweight champions, and Roberto Duran, I believe, had the most title defenses, if I'm not mistaken, at lightweight, and had a very long reign as lightweight champion. And I don't even think he even lost a match I don't even think he lost his title as a lightweight champion. But anyway, it's an interesting matchup because next week I will be doing my top 5 series again. I'll be doing my top 5 lightweights next week, so we'll see if Floyd's even on the list or if Roberto Duran's on the list. Best believe you will see one or the other or both on the list. Like I said, you'll never know. I kind of try to keep it. I try not to make it obvious how I do my top 5s. So that people don't anticipate it. But anyway, on to this matchup. Roberto Duran did very good at closing off the ring and zeroing in on fighters. Roberto Duran just did a very good job of cutting off the ring. And when Roberto Duran cut off the ring, that's when that's kind of when he had you at an advantage. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. Showed even though he was hurt in the Jose Luis Castillo fight, he didn't like the ring cut off from him. He didn't, because Floyd fights from a distance himself. He stands with a kind of a wide base, and when you stand at a wide base, you can move around much better at that wide base than because he has kind of his feet apart, and he's very elusive and stuff. So it's easier for Floyd to move with that wide base and kind of counter and pick off Duran's shots. But it's hard to pick off a bunch of power shots all at once, to be quite honest. Duran did a really good job of putting together his power shots and making his power shots count. But at the same time, Floyd does very well against fighters that come in and punch, that come in and throw. So this is what makes it an interesting bout. Duran likes to come in and throw power shots, while Floyd likes to dodge and counter power shots. So this is something that makes this fight interesting. But in a matchup like this, I just see Floyd boxing against Roberto Duran. Staying on the outside, using his pretty much using his jab. Because Roberto Duran had trouble against fighters that didn't stand and fight with him. Like in the Sugar Ray Leonard fight. I really think that Floyd Mayweather would not fight Roberto Duran. I think it kind of be I think he'll just pot shot and move away the whole fight. Whatever wins him the fight. I just think that's what Floyd will do because Roberto Duran did very well against fighters that stood stood kind of flat-footed and would trade with him or sometimes let him get some shots in. But I don't think Floyd would let him stand in front of him and get his shots in. I think that Roberto Duran would rough up Floyd a whole lot. I think I think Roberto Duran will probably throw some fierce shots to the body and probably get a couple low blows in. Get possibly a couple low blows in. And have Floyd hurt a little bit. I think that could be a slight possibility. because Roberto Duran was a fierce body puncher. He could knock, like I said, he could knock you out with both hands, hurt you with both hands, and stuff. And with Floyd, I just don't see Floyd standing and fighting Roberto Duran. And Roberto Duran did very well if he fought with him. But really, in this matchup, I honestly just see Floyd pot-shotting his way to a victory against Roberto Duran. I just see Floyd putting on a defensive, kind of a defensive display in this fight, similar to the fight with Philip Endo, or however you pronounce his name. I just see Floyd coming out, shoulder roll, counter, pot shot. Him pretty much staying away from Roberto Duran the whole fight, similar to the fight with Carlos Baldomir. I just see him, and Roberto Duran is by no means a Carlos Baldomir. Don't misinterpret what I just said. But I just see him doing the same thing he did against Carlos Baldomir, just staying away from him. And when Duran comes in and throws, him just kind of staying back. But me, I'm just gonna go with Floyd Mayweather Jr. by pot shotting his way to a unanimous decision. But anyway, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.